Cooking for her is crazy.
Everyone's favourite Duchess has made an appearance, surprise appearance on MasterChef in Australia, Chris.
I really don't know what to do.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Sorry, I'm allergic to BS. Oh my God.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Because I could just authentically be myself without so much preparedness.
Why don't we pass it to you?
Yeah, pass it on to Dawn.
Oh, thanks.
Pass the Duchy to the right-hand side.
God, that was really bad. What have you got in your teeth?
Meghan Markle walked into MasterChef Australia expecting the kitchen to complete her latest reinvention. Instead,
it doesn't work for you to shoulders back, breasts out, headlights going, and try to look as bitchy as possible.
Meghan, off.
one painfully simple question blew the whole thing apart. What does she actually cook for her own family? That was it. No trap, no hostile interrogation, no impossible culinary challenge.
Can I ask you, please, Meghan, what is your favorite dish to cook for the family?
It's a tough one because I have a lot of palates to appease. Yes. My husband, being from the UK, loves a lot of meat, potatoes, cream sauce. California girl, I like grilled fish, grilled meats, lots of citrus. I just like using really pure, natural herbs and spices. You know, again, if you can pull fresh herbs, like, do you say herbs or herbs here?
Do you say herbs? You do?
She don't cook.
I'm sorry.
She don't cook!
It's weird.
Just the easiest question imaginable for a woman selling herself as a food, hosting, and lifestyle expert. Meghan paused, tilted her head, called it a great question, and then failed to name one actual meal. Not one. She talked about having different palates to satisfy.
Some American actress went on a show in Australia, basically.
Right.
Yeah. And evidently, Harry likes meat and tea veg.
She explained that Harry likes meat, potatoes, and cream sauces. She described herself as a California girl who enjoys grilled fish, citrus, herbs, and fresh ingredients. But the question was not what Harry likes.
She also revealed that the kids, Archie and Lilibet's palates, they're progressing very nicely. They'll even happily eat Brussels sprouts. And I think that's the real headline here. Kids liking Brussels sprouts. Who would have thought?
It was not a request for her brand philosophy. It was not an invitation to recite a grocery list. It was, what dish do you cook? And suddenly, the woman who built an entire comeback around kitchens, recipes, jam, hosting, gardening, and carefully arranged food could not produce a single clear answer.
Why can't she name the favorite meal? I've got a lot of palates to appease. So does every mother on earth. What are you saying? Of course, obviously, you have more than one child. You do, but somehow we managed to find an option. And most mothers, or fathers, if they're the family cook, would have it at the ready.
That moment is now following her everywhere because it cut directly through the performance. Anybody who regularly cooks for a family has an answer ready. Pasta, roast chicken, tacos, curry, soup, anything.
Okay, Megs, go.
Trick that people do with pineapple, instead of just cutting it.
Hold it steady, you ginger pots!
To make the perfect little bite, you follow the wedge. When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
Meghan gave the audience categories, ingredients, and another polished speech. She gave them everything except the name of a meal. Then television picked up the clip, replayed it, and tore the performance apart.
Pedro, you're a brilliant cook, but you definitely need to try everything together with this dessert.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even more so than usual.
Meghan nods.
Yep.
Yeah, what she said. She took forever to get the spoon up to her mouth. Like, that was her evincing her disgust. Like, she didn't want to try it. She was already disgusted when he said he was going to do it. In fact, she was outraged.
Before we continue, one quick thing. One thing I've realized is that most families don't have their important information organized in one place. That's exactly why I recommend the Family Vault, a simple printable and fillable organizer where you can keep everything from important documents and insurance to medical information, passwords. You'll find the link in the description, or you can simply scan the QR code on your screen. Now let's get back to today's story.
Meghan was appearing on MasterChef, not sitting through a casual lifestyle interview.
We've had MasterChef royalty in the kitchen before, but no one like this. All the way from sunny California, please welcome to MasterChef Australia, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle!
It's the biggest piece of dog
She was planted among people whose lives revolve around food, yet the supposed celebrity authority looked unprepared for the most basic cooking question of the day. This was meant to prove she belonged in that chair. Instead, it raised the obvious question: does Meghan Markle actually cook, or does she simply know how to make food look expensive on camera?
This woman is being paid millions of dollars to show how to cut into a pineapple.
Oh my God. Who the hell is sated by one tiny little bite of pineapple?
Her answer sounded like the language of somebody describing a brand deck. Pure ingredients, natural herbs, grilled fish, citrus, different palates, meat and potatoes for the British husband, California freshness for Meghan. Every box was checked.
They get a 30-minute warning before the end of the challenge. And Meghan Markle is told, oh, we've got 30 minutes if you'd like to just announce it. She said, I don't like shouting. I don't like shouting. So she was going to, that sounded quite Trump-like, didn't it? So she went to each individual contestant and just went, just so you know, you've got 30 minutes left. Because she didn't like shouting.
Every image was polished, but there was still no dish. And once viewers noticed that gap, the rest of the appearance started looking very different.
All she does is crudités and dips and fruit. So she's a woman who has a cooking and lifestyle show, who sells cooking and lifestyle products, is appearing on a cooking reality show, but she doesn't cook. She makes dips with crudités. Because I'm sorry, that is the easiest question to answer. And she doesn't cook for Harry. Poor Harry. He's not getting home cooking from Meghan Markle.
Take the pineapple demonstration. Meghan presented a simple way of cutting and eating pineapple as though she were revealing a secret passed down through generations. She carefully followed the natural wedge, explained how the fruit already gives you the perfect bite, and waited for the room to react. It was pineapple.
I think when Meghan Markle comes on screen, I just start to sneeze. I think I'm allergic to her. It's my allergies this summer.
This was the same woman whose lifestyle empire depends on convincing people that her kitchen knowledge is special. Yet one of her biggest on-camera contributions was showing adults how to bite a piece of fruit. It was packaged like a culinary revelation, but became absurd when replayed without the soft music and applause.
Hi, oh my God, it's been so long, Miss Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle did not make many friends on the set of MasterChef Australia. In fact, they couldn't wait for the taping day to be over.
Then came the carrot top pesto, another perfect Meghan idea on paper. It was sustainable, it was garden-inspired, it used something normally thrown away. It sounded wholesome, responsible, and extremely on brand.
I know, what a coincidence, right? Thank goodness the team at MasterChef were filming for that totally random and natural, unscripted moment when Harry called Meghan as she was judging a carrot dish.
But again, it felt less like serious cooking and more like the exact kind of decorative food content she has already been selling. Dips, vegetables, fruit, herbs, and tiny tricks presented as a lifestyle philosophy. That is the central problem.
I totally agree, and it was obvious when you watched her stupid show that her biggest recipe was the Martha Stewart recipe for one-pot pasta, which she stole. It was very clear if you line up the two recipes next to each other, they are virtually identical, which tells you a lot.
Meghan did not enter the MasterChef kitchen as an ordinary celebrity guest. She entered after building a commercial identity around food. She has a lifestyle show. She sells products connected to entertaining in the kitchen. She has repeatedly positioned herself as the warm, natural host who gathers people around a table and creates effortless California meals.
And also looking around and wondering, how on earth did I get here?
Her reactions during the competition did not help. The contestants were producing technically difficult plates under pressure. Meghan often responded with the same broad praise, slow nods, dramatic pauses, and carefully arranged facial expressions.
I love this dish. I mentioned my husband is a real meat and potatoes kind of guy. This feels like the most elegant, elevated version of that. H would love this dish.
Oh, good. Oh, good. As long as H would love it. That's what they're all there for. As long as your tool of a husband would love it.
She looked less like somebody analyzing food and more like somebody performing the idea of a judge.
This dish is 10 out of 10. Making me nervous.
A spoon would move toward her mouth, and suddenly, the tasting became a full scene. The lips tightened, the eyes narrowed, the head tilted, the paws stretched. Every bite looked like an audition for a reaction shot.
This woman is really not oppressed. She's opportunistic.
The moment became less about the person who had cooked the dish and more about Meghan's expression while trying it. That is exactly what kept happening throughout the episode. The food became a prop. The contestants became a background. Meghan's reaction became the event.
Turn up, do the job, smile, be nice, go home. Not that hard.
Even her outfit added to the disconnect. MasterChef Australia is bright, colorful, noisy, and full of movement. Meghan arrived dressed almost entirely in black, looking as though she had walked in from a completely different production.
Are you a little bit nervy, Casper?
Well, you know,
nervy?
A ticket to the semi-finals is on the line, and very high caliber guest judge. So, yeah.
That's so sweet.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. She should have been like, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Did you see my show? It got canceled.
While the room was filled with heat, food, and cheerful chaos, she remained polished, controlled, and visually separated from everything around her.
I spent the morning watching that fucking Meghan Markle special, and it sobered me right up.
The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle!
Then the dessert conversation created another moment that sounded lovely until anybody thought about it for longer than 5 seconds. Meghan explained that when the little ones ask for dessert, they can have something if they can pick it.
The kids jump in a lot, especially with the garden. I think it's such a nice luxury to be able to have so much space and things to cook. And if they say, Mama, can I have dessert? You say, if you can pick it, you can have it.
You can't pick chocolate.
No, you can't pick chocolate, which is great. So you can go pick a nice piece of fruit or whatnot. But no, we always have a nice, as my husband would say, pud after dinner.
Oh, those poor children. If you can't pick it off a tree, you can't have it as dessert. So, okay, great. Sounds like a lot of fun, Dan.
She's that mum, isn't she?
The idea was meant to evoke a beautiful garden, fresh fruit, and a healthy family routine. Then somebody mentioned chocolate. Of course, chocolate cannot be picked from a backyard tree. It was a tiny exchange, but it exposed the same pattern.
They could not wait for Meghan to finish taping and leave. Everything was difficult.
Meghan gives a polished lifestyle line. The line sounds aspirational. Then reality enters the conversation, and the whole thing becomes strangely impractical. The audience is being sold another Montecito scene. Archie and Lily wandering through a huge garden while Meghan turns ordinary dessert into an elegant lesson about nature. Nothing can simply be normal.
And it's just pretty disgusting. And I think, again, proves who Meghan Markle really is. She's just shallow, vain, and vapid. It's all about the Instagram clicks, all about the follows for her. She cares nothing really for her husband, his trauma, the death of his mother, anything like that, or even her own children. They are all there for her personal exploitation for money and cash.
Even pudding needs a philosophy. And that is why the television response landed so hard. The host did not need to invent an elaborate scandal. They only had to replay the footage. Meghan's own appearance supplied the material. The missing answer, the pineapple lesson, the dramatic tasting, the garden speech, and the strange distance between the expert role she had been given and the actual expertise visible on screen.
What I do have is a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills like, just give me a sec.
Writing stuff on bananas?
The most brutal observation was also the simplest. A woman with a cooking show, a lifestyle business, and kitchen products went on the biggest cooking program in Australia and looked as though she barely knew what to say about cooking. That is not a minor image problem. That strikes directly at the foundation of her latest commercial comeback.
She's lazy. I don't think she wants to work. They don't want to work. They want to twerk and sit around and film videos. So I think she should actually run for office because Meghan Markle, you're lazy.
For years, every Meghan reinvention has arrived wrapped in the same promise. This time, she will finally be authentic. This time, the public will see the real woman. This time, there will be no palace, no protocol, and no hostile institution preventing her from being herself.
Markle doesn't like food. And I'm someone who loves my food. You know, Meghan, I battle with my weight. I love my food. It's like my passion in life. And I can really pick out that Meghan Markle doesn't like food. She loves to drink, right? She's a big drinker. She always has a cocktail in hand, always has a wine in hand. Again, not attacking that. You know, I like a drink too. But I genuinely believe she is not a woman who likes food, who enjoys food. Food for her is some type of weird social status thing. And so, yes, those poor kids, no one wants to go out and forage for their dessert.
MasterChef gave her exactly that opportunity. A friendly set, soft questions, admiring introductions, no confrontation, no pressure to discuss royal drama. And what happened when she could simply be herself? The performance became even more obvious.
Poe has to say to Meghan, because Meghan's clearly never even watched the show before, like they're realizing this, like they have to explain everything who were on that set, where it was like, oh my God, like it was a heavy lift because she was supposed to be the central happening of the show. Her appearance is like the big moment of the season, and it didn't go that way. Like we had to like help her along.
Her expressions were dissected because they seemed to switch off whenever attention moved away from her. When another person spoke, Meghan sometimes held a fixed smile, closed her eyes, opened her mouth slightly, or rubbed her temples as though she were waiting for the camera to return. The reaction became so repetitive that viewers started recognizing it before the shot had even finished.
But you know, I'm Sussex now, Dan.
She was so mad. She hated that woman who introduced her. Poe is actually a big name in Australia. She's beloved. She came through MasterChef. So she started off as a contestant. She's now a judge, really beloved in Australia. So obviously Meghan decided to hate her and decide that she's a real bitch. And she totally castigated Poe behind the scenes for having introduced her as royalty.
This is a trained actress. She spent years working on a television set. She understands cameras, marks, timing, and reaction shots. Yet the harder she appeared to work at looking relaxed, the less natural the whole thing felt.
There's been a lot of reaction to this suggesting she can't go anywhere. She's a disaster tourist. She can't go anywhere where that doesn't bring up a tragedy, where she doesn't insert herself, or in this case, her family, right smack dab in the middle.
That should have been the end of the embarrassment. Then Harry appeared. Halfway through a cooking competition, Meghan suddenly received a video call from her husband. The contestants were preparing hot food under pressure. Judges were supposed to be tasting.
What's going on? Have I interrupted something?
Well, we're actually
it's a taping. It's a competition with food that's hot. It needs to be tasted at a certain temperature. Oh my God, these two are the worst.
Hi guys, it's amazing. They're so talented. We wish you were here. He's in Canberra right now with the veterans.
And the chandeliers in the background.
With the veterans.
Footnote.
Your beautiful wife.
That you guys have.
The episode was finally moving. Then everything stopped so Harry could appear as a tiny face on a screen. We already covered how staged and awkward that call looked, but inside the full MasterChef disaster, it matters for another reason. Meghan had been booked as the star guest, yet the episode still needed Harry to create the big royal moment.
Meghan Markle knows the only reason she's even booked to be on this cooking show is because she married into the royal family. Now, she blew it. She may have blown him at Soho House, but nonetheless, she did blow it also after going down the aisle.
The second his face appeared, the food competition vanished. Meghan announced that her husband was there, introduced him to the judges, showed him the dishes, and pulled the entire room into another Sussex couple scene. The contestants who had actually cooked the food became extras during a family video call.
I'm sure that was a totally candid, unplanned FaceTime call from her husband. There's nothing that says our relationship is in great shape than FaceTiming each other for publicity.
That call did not make Meghan look more important. It made her look dependent on the one connection that still guarantees instant attention. The show may have invited Meghan, but the cameo everybody talked about belonged to Harry. She even kept bringing him back into the judging. A meat and potatoes dish became something H would love. Another plate became a chance to explain his tastes.
I wish you could try this. These dishes are fantastic.
I see.
Yes.
There's nothing like seeing a thumbnail size.
It's really delicious.
Plated
hot sauce that,
dish.
well, you know me, it's a sample.
Over
and it is
FaceTime.
So
we could stop it here.
I don't know.
This adds nothing to the show. Nothing.
Her husband was not in the room, yet his presence floated over the entire segment because the Royal Association was doing the heavy lifting. and that makes the title drama even more revealing. During filming, Po Ling Yao reportedly introduced Meghan using the language of MasterChef royalty.
Apparently, she was a little bit of a diva. She didn't want to be referred to as royalty on set, which I find to be hypocritical because she uses the Duchess of Sussex title to dine out every chance she can.
It was an enthusiastic compliment on a cooking show. But reports later claimed the word created tension behind the scenes, with Po left upset after the interaction. By the time the episode aired, the introduction had changed. The royal wording was gone, replaced with a much more controlled description, presenting Meghan as a global icon, philanthropist, and humanitarian.
Things did not go great. She got upset with one of the lead hosts of the show after she said royalty was in the kitchen. Apparently, Meghan did not want that word used. Meghan, relax. It's fine. It's not a bad word.
That edit did not calm the story. It made the situation look managed. Meghan was perfectly happy to appear as the Duchess of Sussex. The challenge itself was promoted around creating a dish fit for a duchess. Her title helped generate headlines, attention, and value for the episode. Yet the word royalty was apparently the problem. That contradiction is impossible to ignore.
If you're fighting over the word royal, can you imagine what else was a problem for Meghan on that show? You gotta be easy. Nobody is that famous that they can be this difficult.
The royal link can sell the appearance, elevate the introduction, and turn an ordinary guest judge into an international event. But when that same link becomes inconvenient, the language suddenly has to be softened, edited, or removed. The deleted scenes controversy only made the broadcast feel even more controlled. Before the episode aired, reports described an uncomfortable set, a disagreement over the introduction, and an emotional Po.
And Meghan's track record, I am inclined to believe that these sources to New Idea are correct. She was simply trying to make Meghan feel comfortable, trying to be warm, and you saw that look. Meghan hated her.
Then viewers received a carefully polished episode where almost everything looked friendly. The introduction was rewritten, and the awkwardness was buried beneath bright music and compliments. But editing can remove a confrontation. It cannot remove the atmosphere from every surviving shot. Po brought enormous warmth to the set. She laughed, encouraged the contestants, and tried to keep the energy moving. Meghan often seemed to absorb that energy rather than return it.
You have spent a career using it and the perks that come along with it yourself. However, my sources tell me that is just the tip of the iceberg.
And after all that, the food itself still did not produce the biggest problem. Her childhood story did. On MasterChef, Meghan described growing up around California produce, fresh ingredients, and a mother who was an incredible cook. It was the perfect origin story for the role she was playing that day. The food expert had been raised around food. The lifestyle host had learned warmth and flavor at home.
Except on her own Netflix show, sitting across from Mindy Kaling in season 1 of With the Love of Meghan, she told a very different story. She was a latchkey kid, she said, raised on fast food and microwavable TV tray dinners with everything compartmentalized, and she named El Pollo Loco, Taco Bell, and Jack in the Box specifically because her mom loved their tacos.
On her own Netflix show, she described herself as a latchkey young one who came home to an empty house and relied on fast food, tacos, and microwave meals. In a public letter about paid leave, she painted another picture centered on the inexpensive Sizzler salad bar and the feeling that eating there was a special family treat.
So go back further and there's a third version. In a 2021 letter to Congress about paid parental leave, Meghan wrote that she grew up on the $4.99 salad bar at Sizzler and felt lucky her hardworking parents could afford it as something special.
In earlier writing, she remembered regular lunches with her father at Musso and Frank, one of Hollywood's most famous old restaurants.
In 2013, an Instagram post remembering lunches with her father after tap and ballet class at Musso and Frank, one of the most expensive old Hollywood restaurants in the city.
Those memories can coexist. But each time, the selected version becomes the defining truth that perfectly supports the message she is selling in that moment. When she needs struggle, the childhood becomes fast food and budget salad bars. When she needs Hollywood heritage, it becomes lunches at an iconic restaurant.
We get 4 childhoods at this point, 4 audiences, and 4 completely different economic realities, all delivered as the honest truth in the exact moment she was telling it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
When she needs culinary credibility on MasterChef, it becomes farm-to-table California, living with an exceptional home cook. The story changes with the room. That is what MasterChef ultimately exposed. Not a single disastrous recipe, not one explosive argument left in the final cut. Something much more damaging. The machinery of the Meghan Markle brand operating in real time.
Meghan Markle may have thought her appearance on Australian MasterChef would help, I guess, propel her image as a chef, and yet somehow the appearance has turned into master mess.
A simple question arrives. She stalls. A polished phrase fills the silence. The answer bends toward the image required that day. Producers add flattering music. The title creates importance. Harry supplies the royal cameo. Any uncomfortable wording is edited. Every ordinary detail becomes an aspirational lesson. But this time, the cameras stayed on long enough for the machinery to show.
I think our PR team launched out with some feelers, trying to see who might be somewhat interested in her appearance. And she was like, yes, let's do MasterChef. She has a business based in the kitchen. She has a show based in the kitchen. But unfortunately for the woman, I don't think she enjoys being in the kitchen. And that's a really, really hard step.
Before we continue, I want to mention something really quick. Organizing your family's important information is one of those things most of us know we should do, but we keep putting it off. That's exactly why there's the Family Vault. It gives you one place to organize your important documents, insurance, medical information, passwords, and more, so everything is easy to find when it's needed. You'll find the link in the description, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. That's all. Now let's get back to today's story.
She wanted MasterChef to confirm that she was warm, relatable, naturally gifted in the kitchen, and fully capable of leading a lifestyle empire. Instead, the appearance left audiences asking whether she cooks at all, whether the Harry call was staged, why the introduction was altered, what happened behind the scenes with Poe, and which version of Meghan's childhood they were supposed to believe this week.
There's a time and a place for things, and I think Meghan is doing everything with clicks in mind. What will get the clicks? What will generate the interest?
The ratings may have been strong. Curiosity always attracts an audience, but millions of people watching does not automatically mean millions of people were convinced. Meghan finally received the exact platform she has spent years trying to build. A bright kitchen, friendly faces, beautiful food, total control, and no palace standing in her way.
My issue is that they constantly said they wanted privacy, they wanted the media to be away from them, they didn't like all this attention, and they're back in front of the cameras. And I think if that was their intention, they have failed dramatically to have their private life that they said they wanted.
And somehow, with every advantage in place, one question still destroyed the illusion. What do you cook for your family? After all the shows, products, recipes, garden speeches, and lifestyle branding, Meghan Markle still could not name the dish. That is why the television roast will not disappear. They did not have to manufacture a punchline. Meghan walked into the MasterChef kitchen and served it herself.